welcome to the Tennessee Star Evening News Update for Tuesday, June 21st, 2022. I'm Michael Patrick Leahy. In the news tonight, developments in the race for the GOP nomination in the 5th Congressional District. That's a newly created district that includes parts of Davidson, Williamson, Wilson counties, and all of Marshall, Murray, and Lewis counties. Next, at the Tennessee Board of Education, they're asking for feedback from parents on social studies programs in the state's K12 public school programs. And gas prices here in Middle Tennessee are near record highs, nearing $5 a gallon, up from $2 a gallon 2 years ago. They've seen a slight drop this week, but the gas misery index, which measures how much more the average Tennessean is paying annually for gas, is now up to $1,049. You can see that gas misery index updated weekly at the Tennessee Star on the web at tennesseestar.com. But our lead story tonight, Tennessee National Guard sources tell the Tennessee Star they're demanding Governor Leahy take action on vaccine mandate firings and, quote, stop this injustice now, end quote.
Williamson County is a unique and wonderful place. We've worked hard to get here. Our success was founded on conservative principles and common sense solutions. Gino Bolso and his wife Kathy chose our community over a quarter century ago for these reasons. Gino wants to represent us in Nashville. A rock-solid conservative, Gino will promote fiscal responsibility, common sense growth, and he will support law enforcement. Vote Gino, State Representative. Paid for by Bolso for State Representative Bob Weatherly, Treasurer.
The Tennessee Star has obtained exclusive information from sources within the Tennessee National Guard who are asking Governor Leahy to take immediate action because discharges of Tennessee National Guardsmen who have refused to take COVID-19 vaccines are now in process. Here's what they want. They say that, quote, Governor Leahy's Adjutant General is about to discharge hundreds of his National Guard soldiers before the end of the month for not complying with an unlawful order. Sources within the Tennessee National Guard provided this information to the Tennessee Star on condition of anonymity. Here is the full statement provided exclusively to the Tennessee Star. The governor needs to immediately order Major General Holmes to halt the discharge of these honorable men and women. He needs to order Attorney General Slattery to immediately coordinate other state attorneys general to file an emergency injunction against the Department of Defense, forcing them to reverse adverse actions against any National Guardsman for refusal to be vaccinated. Governor Leahy is the Commander-in-Chief of the Tennessee National Guard, and he has that authority. It's time to put a stop to this injustice now. Now, the Tennessee National Guard sources privately came forward to the Tennessee Star because they are very concerned about what they say is an injustice that is happening to soldiers now and is about to happen. The sources tell the Tennessee Star that this could affect as many as 10% of those who are currently in the Tennessee National Guard, and they say is scheduled to happen right now unless the governor takes action before the end of the month, less than 2 weeks away on June 30th. You can read the full story at the Tennessee Star, a story by Aaron Gulbranson, tennesseestar.com, and stay tuned to the Tennessee Star Evening News Update here for further developments. The Tennessee State Board of Education is asking parents for feedback on the K12 Social Studies curriculum, and you can provide that feedback by July the 18th. Here's what the State Board of Education says about this curriculum review process. From their website, quote, the State Board of Education is charged in law with conducting a review of math, science, English language arts, and social studies standards on a rotating 6-year cycle. This year, social studies courses are up for that review. Here's how that process works. Parents provide their feedback by July the 18th, and typically they'll take a look at the standards and they can say they either like and approve those standards, want them to remain, want them to change, or have other comments on it. Then a group of educators will review that, and in early 2023, they will provide that information to a standards review committee that consists of those appointed by the governor and by the Tennessee General Assembly, and the final standards will be in effect sometime in mid-2023. This has been very controversial because critical race theory has been a part of social studies curriculum, and this will be an opportunity for parents who disagree with that to provide their input. You can read more about this story at the Tennessee Star on the web at tennesseestar.com, and of course, we'll provide updates as this process continues here on the Tennessee Star Evening News Update. Next up, Tennessee 5th Congressional District GOP candidate Andy Ogles is condemning a draft Securities and Exchange Commission rule that he says will hurt farmers. Our own Aaron Gulbranson has that report.
Maury County Mayor Andy Ogles, a Republican candidate in the August 4th Republican primary for Tennessee's 5th Congressional District, announced Tuesday that he is joining U.S. Representative John Rose of the 6th District in criticizing proposed Securities and Exchange Commission regulations that impose requirements on public companies regarding their non-financial activities. Ogles said the proposed enhanced reporting requirements that will pressure public companies to pursue liberal political objectives regarding their environmental, social impact, and governance (ESG) policies rather than sound profit and business objectives is quite simply an assault on capitalistic and free market principles, Ogles said. The proposed regulation will also force farmers to report data that is not relevant to their business activities, and the vast majority of those farmers, many of whom live in the 5th Congressional District, lack the capacity to do so. Ogles exclaimed, as Democrats focus their agenda on making companies subscribe to their woke policy objectives, American consumers and investors are paying the price. He continued, I completely agree with Congressman Rose's assessment that a Republican majority in the U.S. House will force the SEC to reconsider such regulatory overreach after the midterm elections, and I look forward to working with him in Congress to do exactly that, Ogles added. While Davidson County is an important portion of the newly drawn 5th District, it is important to note that the rural and suburban counties of the district are critical to Tennessee's agricultural production, Ogles noted.
Hey y'all, Chief Meteorologist Daphne DeLorme here with the Star News Network. Hey, I just want to pop on here and say hello, say how excited I am about the Tennessee Star Evening News Update. We've been talking about it, it's finally here, and I am just delighted and so grateful to help you plan your day, rain or shine. We are smack dab in the middle of summer, and of course in Middle Tennessee, that means dangerous heat. So I will help you plan your day when it's maybe a little safer to go outside, maybe when you need to plan some indoor activities with the kiddos. And not only that, if you've been in Middle Tennessee for a while, you know this is a severe weather central area. So I love to help you keep your family safe, talk about storms, greatest threats, timeline, all of that. And you can catch all of that here. All right, my friends, I'll see you soon right back here on the Tennessee Star Evening News Update. Wishing you a wonderful day.
The price of gasoline in Tennessee is down slightly this past week. Last Tuesday, it was on average $4.64 a gallon. This, according to the American Automobile Association. Yesterday, on Monday, June 20th, the average price in the state of Tennessee was down to $4.59, and today it's down to $4.58. That slight decrease is in contrast to the rapid increase over the past 2 years. In March of 2020, the average price of gasoline in the state of Tennessee was $2.01. So it's more than double what it was just about 2 years ago. Now, the Biden administration is again planning to release about 45 million barrels from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. They tried that a couple months ago. It didn't have a really great impact on the price of gasoline. Overall, the gas misery index here in Tennessee, that is the measure of the increase that on an annual basis, the average Tennessean is paying for gasoline is up to $1,049. That's slightly higher than the national average. We'll have more on the gas misery index, and we'll update it every week here at the Tennessee Star. That's it for this evening's news report. I'm Michael Patrick Leahy. This is the Tennessee Star Evening News Update. We'll have more tomorrow.